Dit programma loopt in samenwerking met de provincie Antwerpen.
Dag kijker, van op het terras van de Permeke-bibliotheek in Hartje Antwerpen heet ik u welkom bij deze aflevering van Undercover. Inez Baranay is een Australische schrijfster en zij betrekt voor 2 maanden de schrijversflat van Pen Vlaanderen. U weet het wel, de flat waar buitenlandse auteurs op een geheime locatie terecht kunnen om te schrijven of om rustig te werken en ondertussen ook nog een beetje Antwerpen leren kennen. Wij zochten Baranay op om te praten over het boek waar ze nu aan het werken is.
A friend who had stayed here, also another writer, had spent a month here early this year, and he knew that the place would be available and that I am always looking for the next place where I can stay and live and write for a while. So I applied and luckily I was allowed to come. What happens here is writing, so I think that gives a place a particular atmosphere, because there's something about that writers always talk about how in certain places you can write. The places seems to nurture or enable the writing, and in other places it seems impossible, and these things are not always predictable. So the flat suits me very much in that way. Australian. I was born in Europe. I was born in Italy to Hungarian parents who met and married in Rome. I was born in Naples and we emigrated to Australia from there when I was very small. My parents expected to emigrate to Argentina, but in those days you didn't necessarily choose where you would go, so the next boat went to Australia, I guess. And so I grew up as an immigrant and as a foreigner and as someone with a sort of a European identity growing up in Australia. What I'm working on now is again something completely different. It's non-fiction and it's a memoir. Not of my whole life. It's a memoir based on a trip to Europe that I undertook in 2006 when I thought I would come and see Europe just one more time. And surprisingly to me, what I found is that I became fascinated again with Europe and I wanted very much to come back and spend more time and work here, and so the following year that's what happened. Now I'm in Europe, I'm an Australian, so there's that thing, in Australia I'm a European, in Europe I'm an Australian, so that's one of the questions that I'm investigating.